This is a list of the best things of this year in my own opinion. We have had highs and lows, but I still found some games and movies that really blow my mind. If you are ever bored or depressed, you need to watch this video. There will at least be one of these things you will enjoy 100%. But what is your favorite movie or game this year? Leave a comment below and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now, let's get started with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Do you like 1980s TMNT? Do you like side-scrolling beat-em-ups? Then you have thoroughly enjoyed this game. We've had a mini renaissance for the beat-em-up genre in recent times, with River City Girls and Streets of Rage 4 and its DLC being two particularly significant highlights of this. I can say with full confidence that Shredder's Revenge stands shoulder to shoulder with these two releases, but with a few important differences. Aside from a multi-difficulty story mode and a traditional arcade mode, Shredder's Revenge offers a whole range of side content that significantly expands and lengthens the game experience. Each level in story mode not only has hidden collectibles and side challenges, it also presents an entirely new element in comparison to past Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games: character progression. As you play more and more as your chosen character, of which you will eventually have 7 options, you will actually level up, boosting HP, access to multiple levels of special attacks, and expanding your combat options. This progression is tied to individual characters and is linked to the points scored with each, furthering replayability. But what is replayability without a game that warrants it? This is another strength of Shredder's Revenge, as the combat is fast, fluid, and above all damn fun. This is further reinforced by gorgeous pixel art, great graphical effects, and some catchy music. A beat 'em up you shouldn't miss out on. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I think it has the best storytelling in a long time in a Borderlands series, if not best, specifically framing in it a D&D type campaign with boss encounters plus overworld. It's the most engaged I've been in a story in a long time. The game looks great, and despite the development being almost entirely during the lockdown, still has a great amount of side stuff and content and new ideas. The antagonist is leaps and bounds better than Borderlands 3's, and the new additions and changes are really good. The recharging spells, the multi-class system, the create a character is great. So many new features to the franchise work really well here. If they do turn this into a side series in between Borderlands releases, I would love to see each fan favorite character have their own Wonderlands. Kree, Lilith can even bring back Scooter and Roland. I don't regret buying this game and look forward to replaying it again when new content drops or updates. Take this from the perspective of someone who has been pre-ordering Borderlands games since the original one and played Borderlands 3 over 300 hours. If you can get past the lack of gun variety, you will get a fun first-person shooter game, making fun of old RPG games in a good way, something we don't see very often. Horizon Forbidden West. Once you get past the very first section of the game, all the changes become very clear. The game is beautiful, like everyone mentions, but it's actually the tweaks, new customizations, skill trees, and interactions with NPCs that do it for me. All of these have been massively improved from the first game. Side quests don't feel like a chore at all and are very interesting / engaging. Everyone that Aloy speaks to actually feels like she's speaking to them. No jerky head movements or eye pupils zigzagging everywhere. It looks natural now. Swimming feels fantastic and adds a lot more exploration. Not to mention the scale of this game is massive. By the way, bigger than the first game. How you approach the gameplay is also completely up to you. You wanna be a stealthy assassin? Checkmark. You wanna chug potions like a witcher and withstand a beating from machines? Checkmark. You wanna be a trap master and have a more strategic approach? Checkmark. You wanna sit back and watch your machines cause havoc? Checkmark. There will always be people that mourn saying some assets are recycled from Zero Dawn, but what do you expect? It's a direct sequel. Of course, some things will seem similar. Do you considering buying this game? I say do it, even though I have played the PlayStation 4 version. The loading time is slower, of course, compared to a PS5, but I haven't had any issues or crashes. In the end, I still recommend the first game, but I think this game is a big improvement. I already want to start a new save file just to play it again. God of War Ragnarok. Oh boy, this was a big decision. The only reason this game is on number 2 is because I am a big JRPG fan. But this game goes leaps and bounds beyond expectations. It greatly defies the expectations fans had. That is apparent within the first hour of the game. Bombastic fights, nuanced dialogue, and insanely fun and deeper than ever combat. Especially all the new enemies has awesome designs and cool looking attacks, which I think the first game lacked. Puzzles were intriguing too, oftentimes using new mechanics and existing weapons in new ways. Atreus and Kratos have grown and their goals and relationships have changed too. Every single realm is much more explorable and has a plethora of side content and missions, each being beautiful, distinct and painstakingly detailed. I played the PlayStation 4 version, which has lower frame rates and graphics, which some people don't like, but didn't really bother me at all. I don't care about the graphics anymore. If you can give me a game with great gameplay and an awesome story, you can have my money. So, if you only have a PlayStation 4, I say buy it anyway. I can't say much more because I don't wanna spoil anything. Let's just say you really need to play this game before you disappear from existence. Now we are here. What do I think the best game of 2022 could be? It is Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is the culmination of 11 years of storytelling from Monolith Soft, and it absolutely delivers. Whether you're a hardcore fan of the series or this is your first game, there's enough references and details for fans to pick up on, but not distracting for a new player or leaving them perplexed. They keep introducing new mechanics way past the opening chapters. This could be complicated, but everything is explained, and the slow approach makes it feel like I'm learning and even involving the characters. It has a good soundtrack, but of course not as good as the first game. But that's only because Xenoblade Chronicles 1 has one of the best soundtrack of any RPG ever made. The combat is like a single player MMORPG, which I am unusually not a big fan of, but works perfectly in this game. Plus chain attacks, while also integrating new mechanics such as quick move and the fusion forms, which makes you invincible for a short time, which was a brilliant idea. In my opinion, the story is the best in the series, taking the best aspects of both games' writing and learning from both their mistakes, creating memorable and lovable characters and interactions. I played this game on Nintendo Switch OLED, so even when you play it at handheld mode, it still looks good. It's simply incredible you can play a 100-hour video game anywhere, even while sitting on the toilet. It's rare I can make a comment like that. Definitely a fantastic JRPG game I hope will never be forgotten. That was some wonderful video games. Now, let's talk about the movies. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. This film is not meant to have the light-hearted, happy-go-lucky vibes of Disney's 1940 Pinocchio movie, but rather a modernized take praising the wonders of childhood, fate and friendship up against the all-consuming tyranny of fascism, and its take on Mussolini is hilarious. Deceptive show business tactics and the double-edged sword of time and life itself. Pinocchio is a conceptually heavy film. I don't know if I will recommend this movie to kids, because it had some really brutal scenes, but a teenager or adult can definitely enjoy this wonderful story. It's like a hard-boiled folktale that knows when to be optimistic and when to be cautionary in equal measures. That's the magic Guillermo del Toro do so well in spades. It's incredible. We got such a fantastic stop-motion film on Netflix of all places, and one of Netflix's best film offerings in years. It was worth the wait on Del Toro's part too. All in all, Pinocchio was worth it, big time. This is how you make a perfect Pinocchio story, Mr. Disney. Glass Onion and Knives Out mystery. I was never good at guessing in who did it movies, but this movie really surprised me with such an interesting story. For those of you who saw Knives Out, this picks up sometime after Benoit Blanc solved the case and has become restless with nothing to challenge him. Once again, Detective Blanc finds himself invited to yet another party, but this time it's no meager estate and $1 million fortune. It's an entire billionaire's legacy and future hanging in the balance. Another question to consider is what happens when you can solve a case, but can't prove it. Whose hands does it fall into if the system designed to protect you fails? Like the title says, the story unfolds in an onion-like way, and the twist ending is as unpredictable and unique as the first one, with Ed Norton playing a rich billionaire. The story also is an interesting critique on populism and that on people like Donald Trump or Elon Musk. Slow to start, but that's to be expected with a large cast of main characters to get to know. With the bigger production value, the set and props all look very impressive. Just close to the end, there was one bigger action scene which felt a bit forced, but not something that ruins the movie in my opinion. All in all, a great movie, which I hope we get more of. It really makes you think a lot, in a good way.
One Piece film, Red.
First off, the setting is a pop concert, therefore music is a huge part of the film. But every single song is absolutely beautiful, and I have bought some of the songs because they are really high quality. And I have never bought any songs from the One Piece TV show, by the way. As for the characters, many fan favorites will make an appearance and you will see combinations you didn't imagine you get. But oh boy, you now totally need. The only sad part is that you can only put so much in 2 hours, and therefore most characters have only a very limited screen time. The animations are from the beginning to the end absolutely stunning. Top anime quality. And very well made even through at the end. It feels like the animators have finally the time and money to get every drop of their creativity into the animations, and have gone a little bit over the top. Something I find missing in many Dragon Ball Z movies. Nonetheless, I personally really enjoyed the movie. It really shows what One Piece is all about. Freedom and joy. It feels like it is a movie made by fans for fans. I would suggest this movie to everyone, even non-One Piece watchers. If you don't enjoy the story, you will definitely enjoy at least 2 or 4 of the songs, plus the epic fight scenes. 100%. The Batman, 2022. This is definitely one of my favorite Batman movies now. Of course, not better than The Dark Knight, but better than The Dark Knight Rises. Ever since I saw the first trailer, I was kind of skeptic. But then it really surprised me when I watched it in the cinema. A dark, serious Batman movie. The biggest thing that struck me with this film was just how much time we got to spend with Batman as Batman. There is very little of Bruce Wayne in this movie, and I'm absolutely fine with that. The movie is a young Batman story, and we are with him from start to finish. The Riddler in this movie is phenomenal. An evil man who plays around with people's lives and thinks it's funny. Also, the use of the riddles in the film is nothing short of genius. These are very clever riddles and puzzles and make Batman have to do some serious detective work. Something I've always wanted more of from him in the previous films. Now, Catwoman. This is my favorite incarnation of Catwoman to date. I haven't loved her character's place in the films in the past. I have found she slows everything down and brings out of a dull side of Batman that I haven't enjoyed. In this film though, she was used perfectly, and a villain slash anti-hero all in one. That is massive because it saves another thing that can often bog down a Batman film: the pointless love interest. The Batmobile in this movie is awesome. There's just no other way to put it. The sound it made and the vibrations it sent through my cinema chair were bone chilling. The chase sequence in this movie with the penguin is one of the best I've ever seen. The film is long at just under 3 hours, could have been shortened down a little. But whatever, there's a short period in the middle of the movie where everything slows down for a little while. That really is the only flat part of the movie, however. The rest happens at a breakneck pace. Overall, a fantastic live-action Batman movie. I hope we get more of in the future. And the best movie in 2022 goes to Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. This year was a bad year for my health. I got a disease. The doctor told me I have to go around with all my life now, like 50 years. That made me really depressed most of this year. But when I watched this movie, I remembered everything is not pointless. Be with your family, be with your cat, and work for the things you enjoy in life. Everything Everywhere All at Once is even crazier than the trailer will lead one to believe. It's bursting with so many original, weird concepts and ideas that no serious storyteller in their right mind will ever dare to put in their movie. But Daniel Scheinert did, and it works with spectacularly effective results. The main character, Evelyn, connects with her alternate selves and alternate relatives. There is both envy of and pity toward them that it is explored. It's such a cathartic experience to watch this woman discover what she truly wants from life and loves about her life. All of the beautiful themes and heartwarming character moments are just the tip of the iceberg here though. It's a movie with a lot of humor, which are done in a great way that doesn't drag down the movie. The Daniels lean into the absurdity of the world that they have created, always reaching for the most outlandish possibilities and never playing it safe. It makes for some truly outstanding visual gags that will never leave my mind. Also fighting a powerful villain and see different worlds from other dimensions of her own reality. Something I rarely see in any other movie in the last 10 years. This is a masterpiece of originality. There is not, nor will there ever be, a film quite like this one, and I cannot wait to watch it again and again and again. So, that was some of the best things of 2022, and I must thank you all for making this channel grow. Every time somebody makes a comment, it makes me excited. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen in 2023. But, what is your favorite thing of 2022? Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to just enjoy life.